Yeah. Yes. With your permission, shall we start, sir? Dean, sir?
Yeah. Start.
Yeah. Okay. Bhutta, sir,
Very good afternoon. Very good
yes,
afternoon,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, now and yes, yeah, we're going to start. Good afternoon, respected Bhutta, sir, Dean, sir, and all the teaching faculty and my dear students. Today, in view of ICMR short-term research projects 2022 proposal preparation, the research committee of Sarve Rasab Smriti Dental College and Hospital have organized a special online informative and interactive session with our very own former dean and former HOD, Dr. Bhutta sir. Sir has previously guided many students for the research projects which help us, our students, to get grants and awards for the research projects. Now I invite our Dean Sir to please welcome Bhutta Sir for this informative session. Over to you, Dean Sir.
Good morning, Dr. Chandra Bonta and members of the research committee, my dear students. On behalf of the management, students, and staff of the Sarve Darasha Department of Smriti Dental College and Hospital, Nagpur, it's my proud privilege to introduce our guest speaker today, Dr.
Dr. Ashish, audio is not coming. What sir is speaking?
Yes, sir. Sir, it's a bit low.
No, it's not coming only.
Okay.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah. Dean Sir,
Yeah.
I request Arif to please adjust the mic.
Now, is it clear now?
Hello.
Ashish, is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me now? Ashish?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ashish, I can hear you, but not sir.
Sir, sir's volume. Yes, sir. I can hear, sir. I can hear Dean, sir.
No, you can hear, but I cannot hear you.
Sir, to nahi sunai de. Hello, good morning, sir. Dr. Suresh Chandra, can you hear me now?
I can little hear, sir. It's very feeble. Not, I mean, really,
Okay.
I mean, on a comfortable level, but it is feeble voice coming in.
Okay. Good afternoon to all the research committee members and the students of the Swargya Darasat Dental College and Hospital. On behalf of the management, staff and students, it's my proud privilege to introduce the guest speaker today, Dr. Sharat Chandra Bonta. Sir has completed his BBS in 1991 from Bapuji Dental College, Davangere, MDS in 1995 from SDL College of Dental Sciences, Dharwad. Sir had a vast experience of more than 20 years in teaching and research. Just to name a few, from 2010 to 2010, Sir was working as a professor head of the department, School Deans of Dental Sciences, Virajpet. And 2010 to 2012, Sir was working as a professor and HOD in the Pananiya Institute of Dental Sciences, Hyderabad. And 2012 to 2014, as a dean, professor and head of the department in CODS, Bhavnagar. And 2014 to 2016, in our own college as Dean for the Dadasaheb Smriti Dental College Hospital, Nagpur. And from 2015 to 2018, Sir was working there as a director for the Dadasaheb Smriti Dental College and Hospital, Nagpur. And after that, from 2020 onwards, Sir was working as a founder and managing director of the Graham Research Solutions, Graham Health Solutions. Now, Sir is also a member of many prestigious organizations. Just to name a few, Sir is a member of Indian Society of Radiation Physics, member of Indian Radiology and Imaging Association, member Maxillofacial Radiology Association, author of books and mucosal solutions, can be found on Amazon, and various nation international publications in prestigious journals. Now, I request our research person, Dr. Sharat Chandra Bonta, to take over the mic and start his speech, his lecture on research.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So you are welcome, sir. Please,
Let me wish Dean sir
the
a
mic
very
is,
good
the
afternoon.
stage is yours.
I will start the session or the webinar by bowing in reverence to late Dada Saheb Kalmeg and also in reverence to our president, sir. So it was his initiative basically. Okay, as he was talking about the submissions for this, ICMR project. Okay, the short-term studies for UG students. I thought we'll have an interactive session here. Am I audible, Ashish?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. It's a bit low, and sir, your video is not there, sir.
Oh, yeah. So I'd like to know how many of the students have joined
So
and
almost
participated in the
75 students
webinar,
are there, sir, on our platform.
sir?
And YouTube still it is streaming. So they're like our the students who have submitted the proposal for this and who are preparing the proposal for the short-term projects. They have joined. And our PGs have also joined, and staff, all the staff, they have also joined on our college platform. So that you can directly interact with them, sir.
Okay, let me wish a very good afternoon to all my staff and friends there. Right? It's my college, so I still consider myself as one of the staff among the among you. I haven't joined any other college after leaving our college. So I hope all the staff are doing well. And a very, very warm welcome to all the UGs and PGs. Okay. Can I have the specific doubts to start with? Or before that, with all of your
Yes.
permission, I would like to bring to all your notice few points. Yes, it is a fact that we always regret joining dentistry because we can't get or we couldn't get medicine, right? But still, no problem, no regrets. What we did is, we need to, expand the horizon or the canvas has to be made bigger. Dentists are no inferior to anyone. And I can tell you proudly, during the COVID and post-COVID, or especially the first and second wave, I had few opportunities to talk to President Sir. And we were discussing on genome sequencing, how the tests have to be done and all that. He's absolutely literate about all these things, though he's from the technical background. So what I like to say here is whenever we talk, most of the medical professionals, healthcare professionals, they really, they will be shivering because there's nothing we can't achieve. It's not that, dentistry is limited to only mouth. No, we are also healthcare professionals. We need to look beyond a small boundary called dentistry because I feel dentistry is the gateway or your mouth is the gateway for the health, right? So what I want all of my junior friends or students to think is think out of the box because all normal studies and whatever has gone on has gone on. No problem. Now you may ask me, why is Sir so confident? I can tell you, at least me and my team, with the blessing of our president, sir, got the biggest prize for the college. There were around 5 lakh undergraduate students, and still a final year student could get the first prize. Same way, my PG at that time, he got the second prize at the first Maharashtra University of Health Sciences Research Conference. So that's a huge achievement. So I have pedigree, I have worked hard for it, and I just want to distribute my efforts towards all the students so that they can also achieve equally well or more. I wish they make the college proud. Okay, they make presidents are proud. So now I like to know Where shall I start exactly with? All of you are aware about the notification of ICMR? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, they are aware of the notice, and sir, they have got
All
some.
the prospective students have gone through the notification properly?
Sir, they have gone through and they are preparing also.
Fine, fine, fine. Let me put a simple question. What is Vancouver style and where do you encounter these words? What is Vancouver style?
Sir, our students need to answer, or on behalf of them, I should answer.
Either way, no problem for me, but are you aware? See, now if
Yeah.
you are answering, I deem that you will answer.
Yes.
So then it is a part of my job.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll not be, I'm really surprised.
I will, sir, I will request them to unmute their mic and answer you.
Hmm?
I will request them to unmute their mic and answer your this questions.
Yeah, please. How many students have registered?
31, sir.
31.
Yes.
So I expect at least 3 to, answer me. 10% of them to answer me fast. Yes, students, I'm waiting. Yes, anyone? Okay, Ashish, I think you can answer on their behalf.
Sir, we have told them to please unmute their mic. Only okay, sir. On behalf of them, I'll answer. It is a way of writing the referencing style. Yeah.
Yes.
So and it is mandatory to write a proper research proposal, and whenever you give referencing and all, you have to give it in Vancouver style.
Right, where you have to, you need to cite. Okay, there are numbers to cite the article, the parent article, or the right. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Now you tell me what are the topics they have chosen.
Sir, topics, the list are there. But sir, the main genuine problem was there with them was the priority topics. Like they were like interventional and all. It was bit heavy for
You need
the list of the
whether you are
topics.
on right path or not, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One sec, sir. One sec. I'll just give the list of topics.
See, I love one word from or rather, I hate that word from I mean, our sir, President sir, honorable President sir. Kana Puja.
Yes, correct.
Okay, doing it for doing sake. No,
Okay.
absolutely
Yes.
not. So let me know the topic.
So there are some effect of PCODs and PCOs on wisdom tooth eruption pattern. So first topic. Then incidence of eye socket following traumatic extraction of maxillary molar teeth.
Hmm.
Then evaluation of inflammatory response between obesity and severity of periodontal disease in rural population. Then to evaluate the role of estrogen in TMJ disorders in female subjects. Then special care dental practice for those special 9 months. That is gap
Let
and
me pause you for a few seconds here, Ashish.
yes, sir.
Did they go through the old topics which were sanctioned?
Yes, sir. They have gone through it. I don't know exactly, but they have gone through it.
Now, for example, the effect of PCOD on the
Yes,
tooth
sir.
eruption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I have that student talking to me?
Swarali Zode. Yes, sir. One sec. Swarali. Swarali. Yeah, Swarali, please unmute your mic. Sir wants to interact with you. Sir, he's typing. It is visible on your chat box, sir.
Acha. Okay.
Swarali, please unmute your mic and sir wants to interact with you. Sonali, or else you can type it. If there's a problem with the connectivity, you can type and sir can interact with you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Sonali is there.
Good afternoon, beta.
Good afternoon, sir. Very good afternoon.
Yeah. Now tell me, did you upload your application?
Yes, sir. It's in process. I have uploaded my form and the synopsis is about to be ready. I'll upload it before the last date.
Okay. Who is your guide?
My guide is Dr. Akshay Mishra, sir.
Akshay Mishra. Very good. Very good. Okay. So, what are your objectives here? I'm happy that Akshay is your guide. Yeah. Now tell me, what are your objectives? I mean, why do you want to do it?
Hello.
Hello, why do you want to do it, Swarani? Why do you want to do this particular study? Or what made you to think to do this?
Hello, sir. Sorry, I got muted. Um,
I am asking you, what made you to do this study, or what made you to think to do this study?
Sir, as we know that PCOS or PCOD is a common problem in today's generation, today's female generation, and
Right.
there is some direct relation to this systemic disease in our oral cavity, then I want to study that.
Okay. And what are your methodology? What will be the sample size?
So the sample size will be about 40 to 50 or
Hmm.
about 40.
Did you go to a biostatistician?
No, sir, that is in process. All those things are under process.
Hmm. Because you need to be sure about the sample size. You need
Yes,
to be
sir.
sure about the, hello?
Hello, sir. Yes.
Yeah. You need to be sure about the software which you want to use for
Yes,
your
sir. Yes, sir.
analysis. Okay.
Sir, I am still discussing that with my guide. Um,
Hmm.
it is
We
under
hardly
process,
have
sir.
24 hours left.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Now the thing is, what do you feel after going through your literature? What do you feel that the PCOD can affect the eruption of the teeth?
Uh, sir,
All my
the
questions
base.
are to help you. Okay. So don't feel bad or that you are being probed. No. This is only to encourage you. This is to give you all the fillip, all the energy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, so wisdom tooth, its eruption age is post 18 years, and
Yes.
uh, women get their menses in around at minimum of 11 to 12 years of age, and
Okay. Hmm.
there are some researches which have shown the occurrence of impacted molars in females of
Hmm.
this particular age. So
Hmm.
there might be some direct relation there. So I want to get into that.
And what are the tools you are going to assess to prove that there is some connection somewhere? Are you going to do your hormonal estimations? Are you going to use your ultrasound? I mean, to detect PCOD? How are the ovaries? No, you need to have a methodology, no, madam. Right? We need to have a methodology to do it. So with Akshay at the helm, I don't have any doubt. He'll guide you well. My problem is all this homework could have been done by now. But better late than never. I hope you try to pick up all these points. What are the tools of assessment? If you are trying to borrow the same tools what the previous people have done through the literature, if you're doing it, then you need to work out about the standardization. Now, this is for all the students whenever you're planning a study. Remember, most of the studies in dentistry will relate themselves to standardization. For example, if somebody is doing a mucogingival flap and want to place a I mean, a material which will generate or which will fast forward the growth. You need to have how much to keep or how much weight or how much weight. These are called the standardization. For example, even in radiology, now whoever is doing TMJ, did they standardize which views or how many sections or subsections? I mean, a sagittal view or a coronal view. Hmm? I hope all 31 students are getting these points. What's most important is even the title, how you really name your title. It has to be eye catching and it has to convey the entire project in that title. Okay. Second are your objectives. Objectives has to be well laid out, right? Now, on behalf of VEHAM research, VEHAM is, don't confuse with VEHAM. Okay, VEHAM is V for Lord Venkateshwara Health Applications and Modules. VEHAM research. Me, Dr. Shweta Chandak and Dr. Ankita Gidwani, we are ready to help all our UGs. Okay, because of my gratitude towards Dada Saheb, late Dada Saheb and our President Sir, we are absolutely interested in helping you out. You can reach us through the staff. Okay, whatever doubts or whatever literature lacunae or whatever material and methods, if you people can mail me all your proposals, I'm sure I'll send you all the corrections by tomorrow afternoon. Is it okay, research committee?
Yes, sir. Sir, we will tell them to mail you all the research proposals with all corrections, so that you can also give your valuable inputs in that. Okay,
At the
sir.
same time, though it may not be as palatable as whatever I spoke until now, the bigger role is for the staff. After all, they are in the third year. They need to make them understand that they are at an interface where third year is a gateway for research actions, because final year they are absolutely busy with their final year subjects. So it is more of a responsibility of all the staff, because I mean, one guide can guide only one student. So now 31 students, 31 staff. If on a scale of 1 to 10, if the role of student is 2, role of staff is 8. I know it's not palatable, but it is a fact. I can't expect students. Now, for example, Swarali has done enough work, but still, it is up to Akshay to guide her further. Which parameters, which tools are you going to take for assessment? How do you assess it? Is the question. Okay, how do you exactly try to come to a conclusion that this hormonal imbalances or hormonal aberrations will be responsible for delayed eruption? Now, Ashish, just to encourage the students, what research can do, because before that, how many of you have gone to library? Hello, how often you go and how many of you go daily to library?
So PGs too, they go daily. PGs we have on daily basis. Yeah,
Who is
UGs
the
they
most
go.
righteous and famous of all the presidents of India? It was Abdul Kalam ji, late
Yes.
Abdul Kalam. Okay, his saying is there in library, which honorable presidents have made sure to be displayed. What did that display say? I mean, what did late Abdul Kalam said? Anyone? Anyone? Now, okay, fine. Now, just to make you aware that where all we can reach, I'll request Ashish and the research committee or Arun Sajnar to just project my PPT about a huge project we are doing. This has nothing to do with dentistry, to be honestly. How many of you know that the most ugliest and unglamorous complication of diabetes, that is diabetic ulcers? Our viewpoint was in coordination with the pharma giants. Okay, then the healthcare professional, endocrinologists, everyone, physicians, we wanted to formulate and develop a protocol where the appearance of ulcer or the incidence of this tangible complication is prevented. So hence, okay, we have launched this under our health solution. We are doing well. We got huge grants from pharma companies. I like all my students to go through it to appreciate it. Yes, Ashish, can you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you project this, Arun?
Yes, sir. We have uploaded, sir, the
You let
PPT.
them go to, they'll understand.
Yes, sir.
We can do a lot of things. And proud to say that, one of our whole, students, our alumni is my partner. Even though she's pursuing a orthodontics MBA, she's actively involved in this project.
So shall we ask them to read this, or shall we, read on their behalf?
HSAP model. HSAP.
Okay.
To the PowerPoint,
Huh?
go down further, you will get HSAP model. There's a
Okay.
slide on HSAP. See, you can always give them for study, roadmap and timeline. And HSAP model, देखो.
Addressing patient needs. Yes, sir. This one.
This HSAP is our own invention, where H means help, S means solution. Then once you find a solution, application, how do you apply? And while applying, how do you formulate protocols? This is a patented, invention from us, HSAP model it is. Okay. The biggest contribution for this developing of this HSAP model goes to Salil Kalyanpur, who is supposed to be the man Friday for the pharma industry. He's a bridge between pharma industries and healthcare professionals. And Dr. Shweta Chandak. Okay. So this model, if you look at this model, you will understand. Why did we venture into a field or a area where the dentist has nothing to do with, but still we went there? Because like any healthcare problem will cause burden on the productivity of the country, and especially when you amputate a limb or an ankle or a feet or foot, okay, it causes a lot of problems. So what we thought was, why must we not develop a protocol where we will prevent the entire occurrence of ulcers with the diabetic foot patients? Okay, Ashish, can you project it on the team?
Sorry, sir.
The team. Okay, the entire team of
Okay.
project.
Sir.
If you look at the team, there are only three professionals from the medicine. Rest of the individual coordinators all through the India are basically dentists. They are stars in their own way, but still they contributed. We do everyday field work by going to the hospitals where the diabetic foot patients will come. And even we were ambitious and we dared enough to name it as diabetic foot disease, because diabetic foot ulcer was a misnomer. Okay. Diabetic foot ulcer was only one of the manifestations, clinical manifestations or appearances. So we said, calling it as diabetic foot ulcer is wrong, which is being accepted slowly now, because problem is here the ego clashes. All the medical healthcare professionals think, what is dentistry have to do with it? I say dentistry can do anything. And you people can do much more better, because You are being monitored by one gentleman, Honorable President, sir. Okay. So go through the team. This is to encourage you. We did not, limit ourselves to dentistry. We have ventured further. Okay. So now, like, if you want to go through these models, staff will show you. Now, I will not waste my time on this. So, let us go back to our topics. Now, how many are there ready with the long-term projects? Okay, ICMR definitely. I like to receive all your, application models by evening on my mail. The research committee will share the mail. Arun will share the mail, my mail ID with you guys. You can send me. Let me go through whatever possible in so short time. We will try to do the corrections. Wherever you are lacking in literature, we are right to do. Once again, I want to say, Vaham Research Solutions will definitely encourage and guide the students for free. That is my college, Swargya Dada Saheb Smriti Dental College and Hospital students. If you people are ready. Any doubts, please? Because once your research committee told me that you have gone through the notification, I am not talking much on notification, but properly. Basically, the methodology and assessment are very crucial. Okay. And it's good that this girl spoke to me, Varali. Okay, she has her own concept well. She has understood the concept well. Now the role of the staff here is to guide her properly. What are the parameters you are trying to hinge upon? Okay. What are the tools? How do you access? Tools can be anything. Tools can be your blood examination tools. Tools can be your chemical, serological, radiological, estimations, analysis, assays. Tools can be anything. Don't take the word tool literally that you need to carry a spade or anything. No. So tools can be anything. So how are you going to do? That's where your acceptance will depend on. Okay, because of the limitations, I don't think we are having an interactive session, but hopefully I'll request President Sir, where I can interact directly with the students involved, where we can, exchange. For example, if I look at the article references, I can give a better reference, hopefully. Or whatever references they have may be better than, what I know. Yes, research committee. How shall we proceed further?
Sir, there are a few questions.
Directions with love from President Sir, and it is my bounden duty to be a part of this journey or this travel of the college. So how do I do it? Or how shall I do it?
Sir, we'll arrange, sir. We'll arrange offline one interactive sessions in the coming days. Where
That is the long-term projects I'm not talking.
yes,
My
sir.
primary focus today is only this project.
Yes, sir. So what we'll do is,
Maximum acceptance there.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Of them, it's my college. I can come anytime.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
it's
sir.
my home,
Yes, sir.
my second home. So that's not a problem. Offline, so it will be done.
Yes, sir.
But more importantly for me,
So we'll
tomorrow
send.
is the deadline.
Yes, sir. We'll send the abstract, sir, by today and tomorrow morning.
You have to start,
Yes, sir.
you have to be behind the lives of staff who are involved as guides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Again, I am repeating, and I am going to tell this to Honorable President Sir also. Less than 20% role is students. 80% and more role is staff. So
Yes, sir.
I expect entire harmony and cooperation from all the quarters. Yes.
Sir, there are a few questions, sir, from the students. So first is, what are the parameters for selection of submitted research projects?
Parameters. Good. Very good question. Now, basically, Here, I like to add one more thing. Now, as we are involved with the thesis activities, because there are 19,300 PGs get admitted in medical and dental college all over India every year, right? What we observed is the bankruptcy of the staff. I'll not mince words. एक ओल्ड थीसिस लेके आओ, ट्वीक करो, उसको ही करो, नहीं. यहाँ भी क्या हो रहा है, we do depend on articles, right? We do depend on articles, but you need to look at, for example, nobody wanted to take a topic on COVID, which is a happening thing. And if you go through the literature, then the nasopharyngeal swab or a bronchial swab, I mean the saliva will give more positive results or more exact results, leaving out false negative, false positive roles. Even NEERI has done a good role. I mean, Asian Institute of Gastroenterology in Hyderabad has done a wonderful role, where I'm proud to say that I am a part of the team, where we took only saliva for the, assessment. We have different methods. Somebody could have taken it. So what I'm trying to say, Arun, is the concept has to be in tune with the latest happenings in the field of health. Now, there are few subjects or there are few topics which always remain same. For example, dry mouth. Okay. Xerostomia. Xerostomia, you need to have a scintigraphy with you if you really want to investigate, because the structural integrity of the gland will be seen by symptomatopathology. But the functional integrity of the gland, you can only get it through the scintigraphy. So the student need to go. It's a huge investment. They're paying for scintigraphy, nuclear scanning, right? So now, there are so many permutations, combinations, and so many, limitations, so many blocks. But what I like to say is the topic has to have an essence of today's healthcare. Now, if somebody is doing it on the dentiger assist, it's not relevant. We know almost everything about a dentiger assist. Or if somebody wants to do it on the silicons, no, go for the peak. Go for the peak. Try to develop an, try to, engineer a new, osseointegration model for implants. Okay. Surgical approaches. Now here, again, I repeat, so student may have the ideas, but to build up the idea, to construct it and take it forward will be staff. There has to be a perfect harmony between both of them. So, this is about topics. Anything else? Now, for example, if all the students are the third year students, is it right, Arun? If I am not wrong?
Sir, final year also are there, sir.
Final year also are there.
Yes.
Okay. For third year students, they, their field is bigger. Their canvas is bigger, because they can always be an interface of medicine and dentistry in third year. And medical topics are new. Now, for example, your oral medicine staff could have told you to go to the cancer hospital. There are different cancer hospitals now. The biggest complication will be your oral mucositis. The often beaten drugs. Okay, this comes under, this comes under palliative care. Why don't you try to invent something which is more more palatable for the patient, at the same time trying to take care of the severe inflammation of the mucosa? Now, for endo guys, okay, PGs also, we try to do it, but unfortunately, Dr. Sanjay Patil never had time, nor others. Okay, there's a phenomena called post-endodontic neuralgia. Without understanding the concept of neuralgia, most people do repeat the root canal. So how to recognize that post-endodontic neuralgia? Is it a, intermediate one, or a long-term suffering, or how do we overcome it? Now, the simple practice is, even if we get a trigeminal neuralgia, we will try to show it off to a neurologist. Why? Why can't we do it? Pedo, so you have so many things, Arun. So many new things coming up.
Yes, sir.
And oral patho, I heard excellent stuff. Huh? I mean, go for the immunohistochemistry. It's not available with us. Go to an organization. Definitely, the entire management, entire staff will support you. Somebody might have looked at the genome sequencing. Why Delta was so fatal? Why Omicron is so little fatal? How the virus has lost its virulence? What are the factors? For this, you don't need to be medical fellow. No. The best is to go through, Dr. Kaviraj Swaminathan's statement. From there, take the, inspiration. Look at people who do the genome sequencing. And retrospective studies can be done, many can be done. Now, for example, with the COVID, why do you think? We have seen, actually mucormycosis. Any answers? Incidence of mucormycosis. India has blown it out of proportion. Okay, fine, they want it. Mucormycosis was basically because of the humidification factor and use of industrial oxygen, providing a perfect platform for it to regenerate. So these are the topics which are there. Perio, to my God, periodontal medicine. Yes, lots of good things. Newer drug developments. Our next two projects under Vayam Health Solutions are basically human papilloma vaccination for the girls. Okay. Then, we are also going to do a path-breaking study using saliva about a geographical location in India where patients die of chronic renal failure. People from, Harvard, Massachusetts, everywhere, MITs, all big institutions have come and gone, but still they can't find out the reason. I'm looking at saliva to give us a breakthrough. Most of the renal patients have their manifestation much before they go to a nephrologist. Dr. Balerao, excellent teacher. Go to Dr. Balerao. Right? Then, especially like oral surgery PGs, yes, lots of the surgical work, fine. But did they focus anytime on anesthesia or its aspects? And the conscious sedation along with pedo. So the topics have to be relevant to what's happening today with the healthcare systems. Can't take, like odontomes, or can't take, the flap surgery, old flap surgery, lasers. Lasers, so they have been doing much, but you need to choose a laser or the study. Now, I like to remind all of you, because you're all new into the college in 2-3 years, this college done much wonders with the negligible resources they had. I'm not saying you people are not doing it, but you have everything at your doorstep now. Say technology, say the facilities, say the IT, you have everything. But the older students did wonderfully well. Look at their medals, look at their merits. And we all know the reason, the universe reason is the monitoring from President Sir. Now, even I'll request him, once I get all your topics, I'll request, sir, please monitor it. Then it will be 100% successful. Once he doesn't, then it will go. Because to be honest, I'm not happy with this session because I cannot interact. There are too many lacunae. I thought we can share the documents. I thought I'll help my students so much that, they'll be ready by tomorrow. This is, without mincing any words, this is very poorly organized. This is not the way, a webinar, that too when it comes to research, this goes on. So I hope.
Any question?
Yeah.
From
Next question, please. Next question.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, I'm Ritika Gattani, final year BDS student.
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to brief you about my study and if you could guide me, like something else if it needs to be
Definitely,
added.
And many
Uh,
congratulations for your wonderful performance in every exam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We are all proud.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sir,
Go on.
my topic is as follows: comparative evaluation of antimicrobial efficacy of two herbal extracts, that is Androgaphis paniculata, that is the Kalmic plant, and Cedium guajava, that is the
Mm.
guava leaf extract, with the
Mm.
conventional intracanal medicaments against E. faecalis.
Right. Right.
So, sir,
How are
the
you going to
conventional
isolate
intracanal
EC I mean, it's an in vivo
in
study or
vitro
in vitro?
study, sir. Sir, it's an
Okay.
in vitro study.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
first, the objectives of my study would include uh, to evaluate the antimicrobial efficacy of Andrographis paniculata against E. faecalis, and the
Mm.
same guava extract against E. faecalis, calcium hydroxide against E. faecalis, triple antibiotic paste against E. faecalis, and to
Mm.
compare the antimicrobial efficacy among the above four groups.
Very good. Go on.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, then the sample size determination, it's considering difference in mean, that is the zone of inhibition in the two
Mm.
groups.
Right.
Then, sir, I have taken the 5 assumptions.
Mm.
Standard deviation in group guava leaf extract, then standard deviation in the group calcium hydroxide. Mean difference, error, I have taken that way, sir. And the
Very good.
required sample size I have taken as 13 per group.
Okay. You could have added
Uh,
2 more, for statistical, comfort levels. No problem. Mm.
okay, sir.
Okay, it could have
I
been,
will do that.
exactly 15 per group.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, go on.
Sir, then the data analysis, I have contacted the statistician for that. It will be
Mm.
coded and analyzed in a statistical software version 10.1, then descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. It will
Okay.
be done using the t-test or Mann-Whitney test, and
Mm.
within the group comparison of mean across the points. It will be
Mm.
done with paired t-test or Wilcoxon sign rank test.
Very good. I'm so
And the
happy. I'm
difference
so
in the
happy to
proportion.
hear something like this. Okay, now here, my questions to you will come late. Now, okay, you have been perfect with
Yes.
your biostatistician. I'm happy about it.
Uh,
And the way you present
Thank you.
also, I'm more happy. Now, my questions are, what
Yes,
made you
sir.
to take this subject?
Sir, firstly, I wanted to do something, and I would also like to appreciate my guide because um,
Who is your guide?
he told me sir, Dr.
No, who is
Amber
your
Raut,
guide?
sir.
Okay, very
Dr.
good.
Amber
Excellent.
Raut,
Yeah,
sir.
good choice.
Um, Sir,
Yeah.
and means I wanted to do something about herbal, and I think about guava leaves it has been done, but about the karmic plant, it has not been done as much till now. So I thought if it is better that as herbal products has more herbal products also have antimicrobial efficacy and they are also good. So if instead of the conventional medicaments, if herbal can be given, so it would be good.
Okay, I like to ask you one thing here.
Yes, sir.
Do you find any difference between an in vivo study and in vitro study?
Um, Sir, this would be in vitro means would be done like we will incubate the means agar diffusion test will be we will be doing, and then the E. faecalis would be growing it, and then
Ritika, you're not getting my question only. Are you more in favor of in vivo or in vitro? No, taking Ritika's study, I want all the students to hear this. Yeah, please go on. Hello?
hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. I asked you, are you in a favor of in vivo study or in vitro study? Normally speaking.
Uh, So normally, so this is my first study, so I've done it in vitro, but in vivo also, in vivo would give more accurate result.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is not only for Ritika, for all the students. Try to do a in vivo study always, because, you know, if it carries 80 to 90% weightage, whereas in vitro studies hardly carry 10 to 20% weightage. Right? An in vitro study is always an in vitro study, which will be a guide for us for further studies. But if there is a possibility, if there are, you know, things available, I like to encourage all the students to go for in vivo studies. Yes, in vivo studies will definitely have, you know, your ethical committee coming in, playing a bigger role. Okay, they can be animal studies, they can be anything. Okay, Ritika, fine. Now the thing is, so what are the tools
Yes, sir.
other than your, you know, I mean, you know, your incubation and culture media? How are you going to assess the microbial efficacy?
Sir, means I have first written that how will I prepare the sample? Like karmic leaf
Okay,
extract,
that
like
is done. That
they
is
will
done.
be walk.
See, my questions
Huh.
are pointed. Okay, this is for you
Yes,
only.
sir.
Okay, so that you will actually
Yes, sir.
refine it. How are you going to
Yes,
assess the
sir.
efficacies now? What are the parameters you're going to have?
Sir, I have not mentioned, but I have like the plates will be means the zones of inhibition according to that.
Yes. Okay, there'll be zone of contamination once you incubate. Okay, then there'll
Yes,
be
sir.
zone of
Yes,
culture
sir.
if they really grow well or not. Then there'll be zone of, you know, I mean, inhibition. All those things are there. But again, for that to be calculated, I want you to go to
Yes,
a good
sir.
microbiologist.
Okay, sir.
Okay, they have their
Yes,
own
sir.
formulas to do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, sir.
You're doing excellent
Yes,
work. You're
sir.
doing well. Okay, what I want you to do is get the absolute help from the microbiology
Yes, sir.
and try to include immunofluorescence also into it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, normally immunofluorescence is only used on the tissue samples and all. But here my suggestion will be add that that will give more weightage.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You have understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here problem is being wax or being some agar, being something. They'll ask you how do we
Yes.
do it? Okay, they say then you have to take the compatible fluorescent, fluorescent materials. You really need an
Okay, sir.
excellent microbiologist to guide you
Yes, sir.
because there's something called subsurface cultures, which you may not
Okay, sir.
identify until unless you turn the plate. All those
Yes,
things are
sir.
go to a microbiologist, they'll guide you.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And I wish you
So
all the
I'll
best.
add, sir, immunofluorescence. I'll add it.
Hmm.
And anything else need to be added, sir?
A normal run of the mill microbiologist will say no. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Until unless he or she is academically oriented and looking for academic excellence and satisfaction, they'll not encourage you.
Okay, sir.
It is up to you how you pursue them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And any further
Yes,
things, you
sir.
can always approach me through the research committee. You're always welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Ritika. Right, right. Next question, please.
Any other students?
So, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Who is this?
So, my name is Sanskriti Zambulkar. I am from third year,
Okay, Sanskriti.
and
Good
I
afternoon.
wanted to ask you
Mhm.
that apart from ICMR and MUHS, what are the other avenues for
Good, good,
UG
good.
research,
This is
and
the
which
best idea.
topics should we prioritize
Mm.
more while keeping research in mind?
Okay, now you tell me, why do you want to do research? I'll answer your question for sure, but why do you want to do research?
Sir, to find out new advancements which we can do in dentistry or in other branches of science, and
See,
to
I don't want you people to limit yourself saying that dentistry. You can say healthcare.
Yes, sir.
Here also, I mean, these words have to be spoken here because, people will not say. When I was the dean, no, I was given a brief by, Honorable President, sir. Divide this into two parts. One is healthcare education, one is healthcare. Healthcare education plays a huge role in having a good healthcare to the country. Okay, so here I appreciate your interest. At the same time, okay, now I know for all of you, I mean, which is the best book for you? I mean, the religious book for you, not Bhagavad Gita, not Quran, not Bible. You all pray it, no? I mean, once you get up in the morning. That is Balani, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when we are limiting ourselves, okay, looking at some questions, reading and all that, okay, that is for exam purpose. But for a research, you need to orient yourself, as you rightly said. I like to discover new things. I like to contribute my role towards the advancement of the healthcare. So you have lot many options, Sanskriti. Only problem is you need to make out time for it. You are into academics
Yes, sir.
also. You have your, interaction sessions. You have your internals. You have your exams. You have your daily lab quotas, your clinical quotas to do. But you need to allot your time. And I will not say daily. Make it on weekends. Okay, once you are ready, you tell me there are many more platforms available. For example,
Yes,
Meenakshi
sir.
University in Chennai encourages only UG's work. Okay, there are pharma industries which will welcome you with a grant. There are many organizations which will, encourage research. So don't think that, you have only two destinations. No, you have many destinations. Lots of organizations also support it. If I start naming them, 1 hour will go to that only. Always through the research committee, you approach me with a topic, or if you don't have topic also, you just give me your ideas. We will develop topic for you.
Yes, sir.
You can design your study. Then we'll show how much you are, interested. But very certainly through the college portal, through the college research committee.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm
Yeah.
more towards
Yeah.
the periodontics section. I really want to do like new advancements in periodontics, like early caries detection while using the artificial intelligence or 3D printing processes.
Excellent.
So I,
Excellent. Beautiful. Mm, mm. All support for you, Sanskriti. Because artificial intelligence, I was expecting someone to mention it. Someone to mention it. You have come up with
yes,
it.
sir.
So, let us work on that. Uh, I'm in collaboration with a lot of guys who are doing artificial intelligence. Okay. We are developing a new diabetic app also, which will be entirely different from whatever you have now. So, let us look at the mineralization aspect or remineralization and demineralization aspects of the teeth. Can we really manufacture an algorithm for it? Can we have an artificial intelligence? Once you scan through the kid's teeth, you can easily suspect, or you can, warn the patients that your kid will develop caries here in these months. Excellent. This is a very good idea. I'm so happy to hear you, Ritika, Swarali. I'm very happy to hear all of you. This is what
Thank you,
has to
sir.
be there. Yeah.
Thank you,
Excellent.
sir.
Okay, we will develop. Okay, if you are onto AI, artificial intelligence, my advice to you will be read about artificial intelligence properly first.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm
Okay.
also like artificial intelligence में coding वगैरह जो होता है. So I was like firstly interested in that before I came like admitted in dentistry. So I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
a thing
So
for that also.
see now the coding has become very easy, right?
Yes, sir.
Coding
Yes,
has
sir.
become very easy. And I'll be happy to tell you, okay, it's not a self boast or anything, but my son is ranked 49th in the world about coding. Okay, so no problem. Coding will definitely help you. Coding is going to be the in thing in the world. And once we try to apply the coding or the coded knowledge or coded algorithms to dentistry, that
Yes, sir.
will make it very easy. I
Yes, sir,
really
that
wish
would be
you
nice.
do on these lines.
Yes, sir, definitely.
And you
Thank you,
submit
sir.
this
Thank you for the
proposal to,
support.
Honorable President, sir, he'll be jumping with joy.
Yes,
He's a
sir.
technocrat, no? So he knows
So
the
I'd like to
interfaces.
tell you,
Hmm.
my guide for this, for the research that I'm doing now is Dr. Arun Sajjanar, sir, and he's a really good guide. And I'm
Very
really
good.
like learning a lot from him.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So no problem. Okay. Keep up your energies. This is what the thought process has to be. Think
Yes, sir.
about, artificial intelligences. Coding, though, it has become so many platforms available for coding now. Daily 1 hour you spend, you will become an expert in coding.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Right?
sir.
Okay then. Any other questions?
Lakshmi, there's something you want to ask?
Hello, sir. I'm Lakshmi Kamet from third year. Actually,
Yes,
I'm
Lakshmi.
working on a topic about it mainly includes the people like us who are um, medical personals like us. We are using masks for prolonged time and how they are affecting on our health and
Hmm.
how they are affecting our oral environment. And in this study, actually, we are doing one questionnaire.
Who
Will
is your
help
guide,
the
beta, here?
guide. Sir Banerjee, sir, from microbiology department.
Okay, good. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
We are also going to collect the samples from the student in our college, and also and we can know about the
What are you trying to
microorganisms.
do by,
Sir,
samples means
actually,
what are you trying to collect?
Many of the people
Hmm.
are facing the bad breath problem due to the prolonged use of mask. So we want to identify which are those microorganisms which are causing
Lakshmi,
it.
I'm very sorry. No, I'm sorry interrupting you, but your concept itself is wrong. The bad breath
Yes.
is not because of the mask.
Yes, actually, decrease in salivation, sir, and
I'm not happy, to be honest. At the same time, what you
okay.
have to do is you have to look at the oxygen and carbon dioxide
Yes, sir.
perfusion
Yes, sir.
level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm? The prolonged wearing of the mask, which is you know, here I'll
Yes,
compliment
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Your topic is so practical, so beautiful, right? And
Yes, sir.
I need you to study the mask wearing patterns also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you add that. But at the same time, don't try to blame it on mask, your bad breath or your halitosis. Right?
Yes, sir.
You
But
feel it because no, you feel that it because the carbon dioxide doesn't have a vent to go off. So,
yes, sir.
like
Yes,
instead of, more of oxygen, you are taking into the carbon dioxide. Okay, this is
yes,
actually
sir.
a debatable topic, but simply don't take those parameters that bad breath is because of mask. It will be turned off.
No, sir.
No.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
Okay, here I'd like you to go to perio staff
Okay,
and the
sir.
oral medicine staff who will guide you better.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Microbiological analysis, yes, Dr. Banerjee, let him be the guide. We are not having
Yes, sir.
problems, but this has to be a teamwork, a
Yes,
team
sir.
approach. Okay,
Yes,
you
sir.
need to have your concepts clear, Baba. Okay, yeah, bad breath nahi hai. Like if you look at the mass, no, first is study of the mass wear patterns. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
all those things, right? We are through the session. Probably, if I have time, no, I'll send you a very good corrected one.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. So, but like this is not the way you approach it.
Yes, sir.
You can say
So
dryness
actually,
of
it
the
was
mouth.
just an example.
No, say wait. You can say
Mhm.
dryness of the mouth. Dryness
Yes,
of the
sir.
mouth, which will lead to the halitosis. Fine.
Yes,
But
sir.
is the mask to be blamed entirely?
No, sir. No, sir. Not entirely blame. We are blaming mask, but
See, I've
the
seen people
percentage of
wearing the
increase.
same mask for 3-4 months.
Yes, sir. And it's affecting. They are affecting so many things like
Yes, yes,
skin problems increases due to the prolonged use of mask.
right,
Then,
right. The
the
problem is
percentage of headache also increases. And
calcium.
yes, sir.
They use masks of different materials, no cloth,
Yes, sir.
plastic and
sir.
all. No. Basically, if
Yes,
you
sir.
need to use a mask, it has to be minimum 3 ply. That means 3 separate layers have to be there.
Yes, sir. We also
And
included
this
that. No.
N95, N99 business is also cheating.
Yes, sir. N95
N95
mask
is
and
95% of your microorganisms are filtered off.
yes, sir.
But at least to my knowledge, subject to all the corrections, there are only 3 manufacturers who make genuine N95 masks in India.
Okay, sir.
So there are a lot of, means your study has so many subsects and so many questions. You need to be
Yes,
prepared.
sir. Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
Okay, for example, all other kids, okay, they have clear ideas. They study. Uh, I mean, the thing is limited. But whereas you have touched a study which is huge, or rather, I'll say
Yes, sir.
humongous.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah. Like if you want any help, again through the research committee, you can come to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Good afternoon.
Yes, Shreni, good afternoon.
Brunel from Good,
Hello.
Srini, you can take up the question first.
good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
Uh, Sir, my topic of research is tobacco associated psychological and behavioral changes among housemates in association with impact of COVID-19.
Okay.
So, and sir, my guide is Dr. Deepak Nagpal, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, actually, I wanted to ask the question about my objectives.
Hmm.
Sir,
Even to be honest, beta, even
yes,
I'm
sir.
confused about your objective. The way you told me the topic, no.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Because like you're trying to keep one leg into the Pacific Ocean, one into Arctic Ocean. Now
Yes,
either
sir.
it has to be tobacco, it has to be COVID.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So
Sir,
little confusion in myself now. Okay, like if you can clear off my confusion, I'll be happy.
okay.
I'd like
Sir,
to speak to
actually,
Deepak also later, but
okay.
yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually, it's
Hmm.
when the patient is
Don't be
already
scared of my
consumed.
questions. I mean, they'll help you.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
sir.
don't get
Yes, sir.
down. This is to
Yes,
encourage
sir.
you. This is to
Yes,
give
sir.
you the proper fillip. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
I am taking the population of females who have already had habits of tobacco consumption,
Hmm.
and uh, if and now it's in tobacco pandemic. They are if as like they don't get tobacco for chewing,
Hmm.
and due to not getting tobacco for
Okay, that
chewing
means you
in
have to
this
add lockdown
quarantine
there,
period.
no? Okay, you're trying to
Yes, sir.
talk about lockdown problems.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. So basically, you are
sir,
looking at the withdrawal effects, which lead further to the psychosomatic or psychological causes or reasons.
yes, yes, sir. And what is the frequency? How does the frequency effects of tobacco
Hmm.
after COVID, like it is increase or decrease?
Hmm. This has to be worked out. Actually, sounds good now. Sounds good, but need to be, a lot of work is remaining because you need to standardize some things here,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Merely asking them, see, the questionnaire has to be, perfect first if it is through questionnaire.
Yes, sir.
Now, the next question comes is, how are you going to calculate the scale of the psychological aberrations?
Yes, sir.
So, what are the parameters?
Sir, actually, there is American Psychological Association who have made the parameters by DSM criteria.
Hmm.
So I have read. I have go through that.
Hmm.
So, sir,
Hmm.
that is that is the parameter through which I will
Okay,
get
you
to
will
know
depend on
what.
that parameter. And what are
Yes,
you
sir.
trying to correlate or what are you trying to find?
Sir,
What is your assumption here?
psychological. What are their psychological impacts and how the frequency affect in pre, during, and post COVID situation?
Ah, beta, nahi. You know what I'm trying to ask you is,
Yes, sir.
fine. You're trying to find out later what are you trying to, conclude?
Sir,
अब
I am
क्या
trying
निकालनी
to.
चाहती है उसमें से, you have
Yes, sir.
done this, you have found out, you have used different scales, okay,
Yes, sir.
scoring scales,
Hmm.
okay. How will you come to a conclusion? Obvious conclusion
Uh,
will be, that, they were actually psychologically affected because they couldn't get their
y-
stock on time
yes, sir.
because of lockdown. Further what?
Hmm. Yes, sir. Sir,
Further what? Hmm.
and sir, psychological effect affect like if patient is suffering with anxiety or depression,
Hmm.
then it may affect their systemic effect like uh, hypertension.
Yes.
So and like
बेटा आपका नाम श्रेणी है
cardiopulmonary
ना?
obstructive disease. Yes, sir, Shreni.
श्रेणी.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like
Wait, no, beta. I like to speak
yes,
to Deepak also because,
yes, sir.
okay, the problem is lots of things has been done on this already. There are
Yes, sir.
thousands of studies,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
let us, let us reinvent our objectives. Let
Okay,
us
sir.
look into it properly.
Hmm.
आपका जो, you are trying to say all these things, no? It will make your
Yes, sir.
canvas very big, where you don't have time to paint even one corner if you wanted to paint the
Yes,
canvas.
sir. Yes, sir.
तो समझ में आ रही है ना? So,
Yes, sir.
let me speak to Deepak.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
ask Arun, okay?
Yes, sir.
This has to be,
Thank you,
actually
sir.
downside your study. The main
Yes.
objectives has to be very, very precise.
Huh.
Okay, that we'll do. I hope
Okay, sir.
Deepak is online. Okay,
Yes, sir.
he'll be hearing it. He'll understand it much better because of you are in third year, right?
Yes,
He'll
sir.
understand it much
Yes, sir.
better. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Yes. Anyone else?
Brunel, are you there? Deepak sir is there, sir, online.
Sir.
Yeah. No. I like to speak to Deepak later.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
not through the platform. I'll give
yes,
my
sir.
suggestions to him later.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay, the research committee can forward his number to me.
yes, sir.
I
Yes,
like to speak it later because let us attend to other students first.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Brunel, Brunmai, are you there?
Yes.
Myself, Mrunmay Baitule from final year.
Yes. Yeah,
So
please
my
tell me.
topic is assessment of psychological impact of COVID-19 pandemic on dental undergraduate students. So, sir, I have prepared a questionnaire study. So I wanted to ask that do I need to get a validation from any psychologist about the scales
Obviously,
which
no.
I'm using?
Obviously. Even,
Okay, sir.
I like you to go to Medscape. Have you heard about Medscape anytime?
No, sir.
Medscape. Medscape is a beautiful online platform where you get all your, types of scoring you can do or types of assessment you can do and all that. And a validation is a must. And the validation must not be from a single person. Whenever you're going for a study and when you make a questionnaire, it has to be validated. There has to be always, inter-examiner and intra-examiner variability. Means if you're showing it for 3-4 persons, they may not agree with all the points. Those variables have to be, converged together and you need to make your questionnaire properly.
Yes, sir.
You're getting it better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, if you are going to a person X, okay, he may agree with all of your questions. Okay, if you're going to a person Y, he'll suggest some changes. Then Z will suggest some changes. So what you have to do, you have to make three of them sit together and get a common consensus on the questionnaire. Because each one will be
Okay, sir.
okay equally good. So I mean that way the validation will have more of weight. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone else? Out of nearly 31, I spoke to 5 or 6.
Yes, sir.
I'm not happy.
Any others? Any other questions?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is Sonia Patil from third year BDS, and
Yeah, Sonia, tell me.
my title for the research is a comparative evaluation of self-care remedies with the socio-economic status problems.
Socio-economic?
Status.
Her audio is not there, Sonia ka. Sonia, are you on?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Please tell me once again. Please repeat it once again. Your topic.
So my title is a comparative evaluation of self-care remedies with the socio-economic status in the management of dental problems.
Okay.
And sir, I'm guided by Dr. Ashish Lanjakar. So the objectives are to compare various self-care remedies used by the patients with their socio-economic status, and to determine which are those. That means various self-care remedies used by the patients and its side effects, if any. So
Okay,
sir,
I hope
for
Ashish is
this,
also hearing. How are you going to standardize these self-care remedies? Now, for example, okay, one one small loose example I'll give. I may take more than 20 milligrams of toothpaste on my brush. Okay, you may take only 12 grams of toothpaste on your brush. Both are the self-care remedies where the brushing will obviously will take care of all the plaque and coating. So how are you going to standardize the self-care remedies?
No, sir, actually, we are not standardizing these things. We are like looking into the self-care means home remedy. Like people keep clove oil, or they keep kapoor, or over-the-counter drugs. So these we are taking into account. That what is the attitude of the patient towards visiting to the.
Okay, fine. You are trying to look at the attitude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you going to standardize the assessment here?
Sir, assessment, we have formulated a questionnaire which will be validated by our qualified members, and then it will be administered to the patients who are visiting to our OPD.
What is your sample like? Which
So
sample
sample
group you are looking at?
So sample means it will like the that is sample number will be almost 250 patients. And the
literary ones and non-literary ones, their education levels.
Yes, sir, that we are taking into consideration social status plus their education.
If they are included, no, that will be, that will make, that will take care of all the lacunae.
Right, sir, right.
Okay. Because that's where the standardization will come in the sample, the type of sample. Okay, is it a direct questionnaire?
Yeah.
Are you going to depend on any other?
And the sample size will be determined by consulting the statistician, sir. Because as such, we need a huge sample size for this. So let's see how much number it comes. Then
you may be criticized. You may be criticized. Maybe I'm saying. Okay, by the different people for encouraging self-care remedies which are bound to harm the oral tissue.
Right. So we have taken into any side effect of the home remedy or the
side effect. For example, I'll tell you, somebody has a very superficial carious lesion where there is a lot of sensitivity.
Yes, sir.
Self-care remedy where they apply clove oil or something, and
cavity goes deep.
Hmm.
It warrants a root canal.
Hmm.
So here you need to balance out your thought process.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because it's easy and open for the criticism. Okay.
Hmm. Right, sir. Yes, sir. And sir, we'll be forwarding that to you for your guidance. So
I think you have my mail ID, personal mail ID. You can do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Shall we move to another student, sir? Next student?
Yeah, please. This is only for them, no, today. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Siddharth, sir, that is done. And any other student, please, if they would like to ask something to sir, take guidance from sir. You too. I think, sir, rest question they will be mailing you, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, now I would invite Dr. Arun sir to propose vote of thanks for today's session.
Before that, I like to thank, Honorable President sir, Dean sir, all of you to, made a lot of effort. But at the same time, the critical aspect is it has to be organized further well. Okay, the evening is online.
Personally,
Interactive session. Okay,
sir.
let me thank you all of you once again.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for all your guidance. So it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of PG and Research Committee. I would like to thank Dr. Sharath Munta, sir, for sparing his valuable time and enlightening us about the right approach towards the research. With immense pleasure, I would like to thank our Honorable President, sir, Sri Sharajji Kalmek, and Honorable Secretary, sir, Sri Hemanji Kalmek, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to conduct this webinar. I'd like to specially thank our respected Dean, sir, Dr. P. Mahesh, for his continuous encouragement. A special thanks to Dr. Deepak Nagpal, sir, and IT team for their efforts. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for their patient listening. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.